Hey, what is up guys, it's Galaxy Tech Darklord here, and today we have the first of the next format of deck profiles. It is July 2014 deck profiles, and the first one will be a Lightsworn Dragon Ruler deck. I've been maining this for, since the structure deck came out. It's been working really well, and I really like it, despite my hatred for Dragon Rulers, really. It may not be, it's almost quite standard. As usual, there will be no side deck because I have yet to construct one. Also, sorry about the banging if you hear any, because my next door neighbours are having their back wall kicked in. Right. We start off with the standard 3 copies of Judgement Dragon. This card should go on the ban list, I think, because it is just so broken. It's not even once per turn, and it can just clear the field. And you know, just having 4 Lightsworns in your graveyard is really easy with this deck. Then we have 3 copies of Eclipse Wyvern, because this card can search for your JDs, and it can also search for your Lightray Diabolos, which we run 2 of. And then we can banish these from the graveyard either with Lightray Diabolos or more popularly with your Dragon Rulers, which we run 3 Dragon Rulers: Blaster, Tidal, and Tempest. Not running Redox because he just doesn't have high attack and there's not enough space, otherwise I'd go over 40 cards. Next, for the actual Lightsworns, we run 3 copies of Raiden. He's one of the new best cards in the deck. He's like Card Trooper. You can mill 2 cards during your main phase, and also then in addition to the 2 that he mills during the end phase. Then his attack will increase by 200 if there's a Lightsworn among them, and he's a tuner, and he's level 4. Which means that you can go synchros with him. You can go Exceeds monster rank 4s with him quite easily, and he's another name in the graveyard as well. So then we have 3 copies of Lumina. This is one of the other best cards in the deck, because it just gets Lightsworns out of your hand and into the graveyard, or dead Necro Gardeners, or even Eclipse Wyverns, or Dragon Rulers, and then fishes a Lightsworn out of it. Then 2 copies of Lyla, because it can blast through back row, and I like that, and it mills 3 at the end phase, and it's another name. Then, we have 1 Jain, because it's a name and it has a fairly standard good effect. 1 Garoth, because he is kind of more, he gives you a draw engine, basically, but he's not the best one. Then 1 Ehren, because it's alright. And it's another name, and 1 Wulf, because 2 is really dead in this deck, and having none is not great. There is that other one, I think it was Felice Lightsworn Archer, but since that's not out in the TCG, I'm not running it. Then we have 1 Minerva, because it's a tuner and it's a name, and 1 Ryko, because it's a name and it has an alright effect. Then, lastly, for the non-lights ones, we have 1 Honest and 3 copies of Necro Gardener. For the spells, we have not that many, to be honest. Most of the deck is monsters. We have 3 copies of Solar Recharge. This gives you your main draw power and allows you to drop Lightsworns into the graveyard. Then we have 1 Charge of Light Brigade, because this is your searcher mainly for Lumina or for Raiden. Then 2 Monster Reincarnations, because 3 is really cloggy, and 2 is just right if you need your JDs back from your graveyard or something. Then for the traps, we have 1 Beckoning Light, 2 Breakthrough Skill, and we also have 2 Skill Prisoner. Should explain Breakthrough Skill is now dropped in price because you get it with the structure deck, and Skill Prisoner is really great because you want your plays to go off, and if your opponent effect veilers you can use this to stop it, I do believe. Or Big Eye, or Silent Honor Arc, or any of those really annoying monsters that can just swipe your own monsters, or prevent your monsters' plays from going off. So that's the main deck. There are 40 cards in this deck, I've checked this time. For the extra deck, 1 Michael, because it is the new Lightsworn Synchro. It has an alright effect. It can banish stuff, which is better than destroying it, I guess. And it can recycle your Lightsworns if it's destroyed, but we generally don't go for that effect because by that time you already have a Judgement Dragon ready in your hand, or two. And then you gain 300 life points for each. Then the other level 7 we have is Black Rose Dragon. It can nuke the field, and it's a dragon. Then we have, for the 8s, we have 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Crimson Blader, and 1 Stardust Dragon. Very standard stuff. Then for the Xyz monsters, we run more of these. 1 copy of Felgren, because you have. It's not even very common that we go into any of the cards from the extra deck, but having them there is very useful. Felgren, I've never made him, but it's good to know that he's in there. 1 Dracosac, I of course still don't have one. 1 Big Eye, and 1 Master of Blades. These are your standard 7s, probably some of the best 7s in the game. Then for the rank 4s we have 1 copy of Lavalval Chain, 1 Diamond Dire Wolf, 1 Gagaga Cowboy, and 1 Maystroke. These 3 are really generic. Lavalval Chain actually helps you. People don't run it, but I always like to run it with Lightsworns because you can drop Wulf into the graveyard and activate its effect, or you can drop Eclipse Wyvern into the graveyard and search your JDs, or you can drop a Dragon Ruler into the graveyard to get its effect off. And then lastly, for the Xyz monsters, we have a couple of 3s, 1 Giga Brilliant and 1 Zen Mines. And of course your tokens for Dracosac. Right, that is the deck. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like it. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. Peace out.